Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome to JED 111, the show where we talk about student learning environment. I'm your host, Ms. Rachel Lagon, and in this episode of our podcast, we'll tackle a specific program hoping to be implemented in a certain school. So, let's dive into the stories of conversation of our guest tonight on student mastery and operations of integers and gain insight that will help us learn, grow, and inspire. So grab your seat and let's get into it. So before we start, may I request our guest speakers to please introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joshua L. Bitin, currently studying in National Teachers College, MAED Mathematics, and one of the proponents of Integers Mastery Accelerator.
Hi everyone, I'm Joanne Del Rosario, also from National Teachers College and currently taking Master of Arts in Education, major in Mathematics, and one of the proponents of the IMA program or Integers Mastery Accelerator.
Hello, good evening everyone. So I am Damarisi Coral, currently studying at National Teachers College with a master's degree of Masters of Arts in Education, major in Mathematics. So one of the proponents of IMA program. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Melody Hintalan, currently studying at National Teachers College, taking Master of Arts in Education, major in Mathematics, one of the proponent of the IMA or the Integers Mastery Accelerator.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rhea May L. Hintalan, currently taking Master of Arts and Education, major in Mathematics in National Teacher College, one of the proponent of Integers Mastery Acceleration or IMA program.
Hello everyone, I am Mr. Rainier Pakairal Tuhan, taking of Masters of Arts in Education, major in Mathematics in National Teacher College, and I'm also one of the proponent of IMA program.
Okay, thank you so much teachers and welcome to our podcast tonight. So, kamusta kayo? Kamusta ang pagtuturo? So, as you have said na meron kayong pinopropose na um, educational program at gusto niyo itong ma-implement in a various schools. So, how do you come up with this program and what it is all about? Miss Damaris?
Yung program po is all about integers, specifically doon sa subtraction and division of integers na kung saan doon sa learning environment assessment namin, lumabas doon na mahina yung students doon mismo sa concept na yon. So, from widened na mathematics, lagi siyang narrowed into operations on integers hanggang sa in-specify namin. So, siya ay subtraction of integers and division of integers. So, kaya kung makikita nyo po doon sa title, it is all about Integers Mastery Accelerator Program. And meron po tayong tatlong key component projects. Yung isa po, ang tinatawag doon ay Integers in Action Manipulative Kits na kung saan ang gagamitin natin doon ay mga culturally crafted materials, community crafted, locally made materials. And yung another or second key component project, yun po yung tinatawag natin na I-cube. I-cube kasi tatlong I. So, alam po naman natin na kapag meron tayong tatlong variables, so example, we have tatlong X, so X cube. So, yun po ay I-cube because integers, instruction, immersion. So, doon po meron lock session yung mga teachers, and after lock session, meron tayong tinatawag na immersion. So, yung immersion natin, doon mabubuo yung assessment para doon sa mga bata. And also, doon sa immersion, para naman ma-develop yung mga bata and students, kumbaga magkaroon sila ng community analysis on integers. Especially po doon sa tinatawag natin na subtraction and division of integers. Meron din po tayong tinatawag na ICT Integration in Mathematics Learning Resource Hub. So, karamihan sa mga schools, walang centralized na mapagkukunan ng learning resources. So, isa po to doon sa key component projects ng IMA kung saan it's either a facility or through online like website, and doon po siya itatambak yung mga or storage ng mga lahat ng learning resources para sa bata at mga teachers. Ayun lang po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you po. So, nabanggit niyo po na you're already planning to implement this program. So, you're proposing this program. So, ano po bang target level niyo ng respondent pa. Ano po yung target level nyo ng participants and saan nyo po balak unang i-implement if ever na ma-approve po itong proposal nyo, ma'am?
So yung proposal po, gusto po sana naming i-implement doon sa school na ang tawag ay NELAC or Northeast Luzon Adventist College. Kahit po meron silang, kahit private school sila, pinili natin na i-implement doon ang proposed program natin.
Okay, thank you po. Thank you for that, ma'am. So, Sir Jezrael, I think that school is from your school where you're working, where you're teaching now. So, do you think mag-fit in po ba itong proposed program na to sa schools kung saan ka po nagtuturo ngayon?
Hopefully, ma'am, yung proposal po natin ay mag-drive in or mag-click po dito sa aming school kasi there are a lot of students na nahihirapan sa integers. Ito yung pinaka-foundation natin sa higher mathematics. So, based sa study namin or dun sa float na paper or material, ang result is nahihirapan sila sa subtraction and division. So, kailangan itong IMA na program natin.
Saka po doon, based po doon sa PISA natin, di ba yung Philippines po rank 77 out of 81 countries. So, ito po ay applicable doon para sa mga policies ng DepEd, especially pwedeng i-connect doon sa aral program and other DepEd priorities na program po nila. And we've also planning to, just in case, i-submit doon sa school nila Sir Jezreel.
Wow, thank you for that, ma'am, no? Kasi very alarming na po yung problem natin ngayon when it comes to literacy and numeracy here in the Philippines. And it is more on deep understanding po talaga ng mathematics in the community. So, making math relevant to both student and teachers. So, since po we are in the 21st century wherein technology is very dominant, how important is ICT integrating in a lesson? Ma'am Joanne.
Very important siya, and then since yung mga students din po kasi natin ngayon, very tech savvy na rin po kasi sila. So why we can't use the technology as for the communication na rin. And we need to use this technology also para hindi rin tayo mahirapan as teachers and also the students para magkaroon ng collaboration, and also sama na rin natin yung mga stakeholders, madaling makipag-communicate and all, at saka mas magkakaroon ng innovation when it comes to learning. Yun po.
I agree po kayo, Ma'am Joanne, because yung sa proposal po natin, meron doon ICT integration para sa Learning Resource Hub natin. So, pwede tayong gumawa ng isang website for online platform for online learning materials or resources na pwedeng gamitin ng mga bata at teachers. Example, lesson guides, ready-made lesson guides, activity sheets, worksheets, or even printable activity sheets, kahit mga educational videos, apps, ganyan. And meron ding isa, yung mga hindi online materials. Kumbaga isa siyang facility, kaya nga tinatawag na hub. Kaya maganda po yung proposal natin para doon sa mga bata. Kaya lang, di naman tayo nag-expect na magkaroon ng another building. So, meron tayong mga existing building na pwedeng gamitin.
Okay, thank you for that, ma'am. So, sa tingin ko po, medyo malaki talaga yung goal natin dito sa project na to, and we need a budget for it. So, meron po ba kayong inaasahan aside from your budget na nasimulan, meron pa po ba kayong pwedeng pagkuhaan para po sana magtuloy-tuloy itong program na to if ever pong ma-approve po ito?
Ang alam ko po na existing partners ng NELAC, kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, ay yung Adventist University of the Philippines. And syempre nandoon din po yung local government unit of Alicia, kung saan doon located ang NELAC School. And aside from that po, syempre kailangan natin kumalap ng budget for that. And the budget proposal is worth of 375,000. So masyadong tipid na nga po siya. So para doon sa personnel na kung saan kailangan nating maghanap ng learning resource manager doon sa Learning Resource Hub natin with an honorarium, each month. So, ang each month natin pwedeng sabihin or abutin ng 3,000 pesos and for volunteers stipend. Then, we also have the facilities or space na worth of 20,000. Includes na dyan yung renovation, electrical upgrades, and maintenance. Additional, yung technology or equipment natin, syempre kailangan ng maintenance. So, kailangan bigyan natin siya ng medyo mataas na budget, 30,000. Pero sa ibang school or program, mas mataas yung binibigay na budget when it comes to technology. So, it is for maintenance ng equipment, digital platforms na kailangan gawin online, and also kung kailangan nating magbili ng mga digital phones. And ito ang pinakamalaking pinaglalaanan ng budget, yung professional development ng teachers. Kasi magkakandak sila ng LAC sessions, kung saan ito ay thrice a month. So, last day ng LAC session nila, yun yung assessment. So, worth of 240,000, including the workshop, LAC session, and also, meron pa silang twice a month na immersion. And for the program materials, so ito ay 20,000 pesos, mga additional materials na kakailanganin for emergency. And lastly, syempre, kailangan ng budget para sa assessment or evaluation. So meron tayong 25,000 para dyan. It is for survey tools and data analysis software, kung ano yung mga gagamitin or equipment. So total of 375,000, it is now for complete program implementation. So yan pa lang po yung budget proposal natin. Hopefully na meron tayong makalap na other partners aside from our existing partners. Yun lang po.
Sa stakeholder siguro kung pwede rin po yung namin, mga alumni na laging sumusupport from abroad and locals.
Opo sir, tama ka po. Pwede sila.
Yes, ma'am. At kung willing sumuport din ang sister schools, katulad ng sabi nyo kanina, AUP, and other sa NLAC and etc.
So,
Then meron din po tayong di ba meron tayong mga faith-based organization. Tama po sir. O, pwede po sila,
Yes,
mga
ma'am.
non-government organization.
Okay, Sir Jezreel, since nabanggit niyo po na ang ating mga alumni and other organization, baka may message po kayo para i-invite sila na mag-sponsor at maging partner ng ating proposal na ito. Since ang goal naman natin ay para din sa ikakaayos ng mga bata and to produce more globally competent students.
To our alumni and to the local government of Alicia, Isabela, we are soliciting your help to implement this integer IMA program. Pwede makatulong sa ating estudyante, pwedeng dito sa, hindi lang dito sa Alicia, dito sa NELAC, kundi Karatig Bayan din or na malapit sa atin. Yan lang po.
Okay, thank you for that, sir. Sana talaga makalikom tayo ng malaking pondo. So, can I hear an insight from Miss Rhea Hintalan? Ano po ba yung mga naging struggle nyo para mabuo po ito bago po mabuo nyo itong program na to, and how did you come up to this proposal po?
So, syempre before kami mag-come up dito sa program na to, which is IMA, so as a teacher, meron tayong iba't ibang observation sa ating classroom. And one of the observation is yung mga bata, nahihirapan sila when it comes to math. Kasi yung simple integers, simple math, yung pinaka-basic foundation ng math is, dun sila nagkakaroon ng struggle. And then, so, ngayon, nagtanda kami ng survey, and then based on that survey, makikita na ang mga bata ay nagkaroon ng struggle when it comes to subtraction and division of integers. So, maraming factors kung bakit ganun ang nangyayari. And then one of the factors is yung mga ginagamit nating mga visual aids when it comes to teaching. So alam naman natin na mga bata ngayon is mahirap talagang i-catch yung attention, lalo na kung tayo ay nagtuturo ng mga junior high. Masyadong maraming distraction pagdating sa kanilang environment. Like for example, the gadget, na kung saan tayo ngayon ay empowered na ng technology. So now, why not? So, isa sa program namin, isa sa key component ng program na IMA is to integrate ICT. So, that is the reason kung bakit namin gusto yung IMA i-integrate yung ICT. Kasi di ba, exposed sa gadget, maraming pwedeng tulong ang technology, hindi lang siya talaga distraction. Actually, kung magagamit siya ng maayos, pagdating sa teaching, maganda yung magiging result niya. We can use ICT or technology to para mas maging engaged yung mga bata. For example, we can use it as games. So maraming bata ang natutuwa, lalo na junior high. Maraming bata ang natutuwa na habang nag-solve sila ng math, kasi di ba alam natin na ang math ay pag nakita mo math, oh my God, ayaw ko na ng math. So ngayon, pag nakita nila yung math, na in-integrate natin sa game, mas nagiging mas nagiging catchy or mas natutuwa sila kasi syempre yung alam nila na yung alam nilang technology ay kaya natin isabay sa learning. So one of the example is yung pinaka-popular, yung wheel. Pwede natin yung gamitin para maparecite yung mga bata na kung saan nagkakaroon sila ng excitement. Hindi lang wheel, yung mga nauuso ngayon na yung duck na tumatakbo, and then isa sa ginagamit ko pa na technology, lalo na kung pag nagpapa-quiz online, is yung Quizlet, na kung saan habang mabilis kang sumasagot na mga equation, pataas ng pataas yung magiging scores mo. At isa yun sa motivation na ginagawa ko. Once na mas mataas yung nakuha mong scores, mas mataas yung additional points mo. At dahil doon, yung mga bata, mas nagpe-prepared sila, lalo na kung meron kami mga online quizzes na. So yun lang po. Thank you.
So, wow. So, iba na talaga yung mga modern teachers ngayon, no? Nag-go with the flow na rin tayo sa mga trends na sinasabayan natin. So, tama nga ang sabi, we teachers mas tayo yung magle-level ng sarili natin sa mga bata. Hindi natin pwedeng pwersahin sila na sila yung lumibel sa atin in order for them to grow more, no? So how about Ma'am Melody? Baka meron ka pong gustong i-share when it comes to this program?
Okay, so regarding naman po dito sa ICT integration, so in our school right now, we have the Genue e-learning. So kung saan yan ay nakakapag-create kami ng mga lessons, meron ng prepared lessons kung saan ito ay aligned sa matatag curriculum or sa curriculum guide na ginagamit natin. Sa Genue din, meron din kami nagagamit na paggawa ng quizzes kung saan pwedeng maging games yung aming activity, like from what Ma'am Rhea said, example lang is yung Quizlet. So sa amin naman, meron kaming Genue na ginagamit. Sa Genue na ando na yung mga quizzes, lessons, pwede kaming gumawa ng flashcards. Then ngayon, meron tayong pwedeng isabay na, pwede tayong i-integrate or ipakilala sa mga students natin yung Notebook LM, kung saan pwedeng gumawa din ng flashcards, ng quiz, or ng reviewers, or even our report, para mas magpadali yung trabaho ng mga teachers, kung saan pwedeng makakapag-isip pa tayo ng mga strategies and ways. And kung yung mga, for example, games na gusto natin integrate sa classroom, pwede natin i-connect sa ICT. For example, dyan yung like bingo, di ba sanay tayo sa bingo? So pwede natin gamitin yung bingo na kinasalay natin in traditional into ICT, integrate natin sa ICT, kung saan pwede natin i-adapt doon yung subtraction and division, kung saan mas mapapa-engage pa yung bata sa paglalaro.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Ma'am Melody. So, can I go back to Ma'am Damaris? So, before we end this session, can you please enumerate the objectives or the main objectives or the goals of this project?
So, yung project po natin na IMA, meron tayong objective na at least 80% mastery level ng integers ma-reach ng mga bata. At siguro, ito ay for the whole. Di ba yung dati natin na respondents ay 30 students nung nag-assess tayo. So, tukoy doon na kung saan meron tayong gap sa subtraction at division. So, 30% mapupunta doon sa division of integers and at least 50% para doon sa subtraction. And another one, para doon naman sa pag-employ or pag-implement ng IMA, especially yung components nito, yung integer instruction immersion. So, aasahan natin or expected natin na at least 75 to 80% ng math teachers ng NELAC. So, sa pagkakaalam ko po, there are only 5 mathematics teachers. So, at least 3 to 4 or mas maganda kung 100% ang mag-implement. Pero doon sa objectives natin, kung babalikan, siya ay 75 to 80% na junior high school mathematics teachers. And sang-ayon pa ko doon sa sinabi ni Ma'am Melody at Ma'am Rhea May. Kumbaga yung sinasabi nila, meron na centralized na paglalagyan ng ating learning resources. So, yung mga learning resources, especially yung mga educational apps and the rest, so may integrate natin or magagamit natin yun sa klase. And mas mapapadali naman or matutulungan yung mga teachers kapag meron na tayong ready-made or alam natin kung saan kukunin. So, yun ang isa sa mga key projects ng IMA program. Centralize yung ating pinagkukunan ng learning resources, maging sa bata man or sa students. Yun lang po.
So based po sa objectives nyo, you have a ano to, goal po talaga na ma-implement tong project na to, not only in one school but nationwide. No? So, and hopefully, sana po mag-succeed kayo sa program na to, and sana maraming dumating na partners para mas mapaganda pa po at mas mapalawak pa po itong program na to. No, and sobrang ganda po ng program niyo na to, and we're hoping na ma-sustain ito and ma-support din ng ating local government. So Sir Rainier, can you please invite our stakeholders and para po malaman din nila na merong nag-i-exist na ganitong program wherein makakatulong po hindi lang sa mga estudyante natin na nasa school na, kundi pati yung mga out of school youth students na willing din po mag-grow at matuto pero wala pong capabilities.
Ayun, yes ma'am, thank you po. So, nandito po kami as a group po ng IMA program. We're inviting especially the involvement of the stakeholder, like example, the LGUs, parent also, which is one of the important, the parents, administrator, to support our program, syempre. So, we'll invite you to help our program, syempre para po sa maging successful po itong aming IMA program. So, yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you so much for this session, and we're looking forward po na next time when you visit our podcast, meron na pong result or ma-approve na po yung proposal nyo, and hopefully meron na po makapag-open tayo sa ibang lugar pa, no, para mas marami tayong matutulungang mga bata and tumaas po lalo ang ranking natin when it comes to arithmetic and mathematics po. So thank you everyone and have a good night.